Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Literal Show. I'm Brianna Wheeler, and we are back with another Women's Disability Show. Today, we're talking about we're going to be talking life days, since a few of our life days are here. Ashley's and Nikki's just passed. Mine is today. Mine is coming up right around the corner. What day is yours?
The 12th.
12th. The 12th. And yeah, so we're going to be talking about that, giving a little rundown, and then we're going to give a little life update, and then the girls are going to ask a question. We'll see how it goes. Stick along. Feel free to join in the chat, ask questions along the way, or just say hi. We appreciate it. Why doesn't it let me open the chat? What the? I see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leon. Leon is in there.
Damn. Mine's not even.
It's okay.
Okay, well, Ashley and Nikki, you're in charge of your chat.
Oh.
So let me know who is talking away in there, okay? All right. So we're going to get started on introductions. Let's start with Maya.
Oh, snap. That caught me off guard. And I feel like I haven't been on here in a little bit, but I think I got it. Hey, everybody. Maya here. I'm a C5, C6 quadriplegic. I have been injured for 6, almost 7 years next month. And I currently live in Los Angeles.
You did it!
Wait, did I forget anything?
Okay, let's go to Ashley.
I'm Ashley. I'm a C4 quad from a car accident. And this is my 20.
I'm Nikki. I'm a T6 paraplegic from Chicago.
Oh, I missed that.
You missed that. Ashley messed up.
I did. I knew I was forgetting something too.
Keep popping on. And
Honestly,
then I was 9 years ago from gun violence, and I'm a T12 paraplegic, and I am from Los Angeles. That's it. So we're going to get right into life days and how that's been for us. We've had quite a few now, and kind of how that just has changed over the years for us. So, Nikki, what is a life day to you?
a life day to me symbolizes the day that you inquired your disability, or the day of the accident, or I would say, right? The day of.
How
The moment it happened.
Yeah. That's a great way. Does anybody else have anything to add on top of that? No.
Anything else?
I would say it was the moment that I could have died, but I didn't. So that's what
Ooh.
Because I easily the day my family would celebrate being gone, because that does happen. But instead we're celebrating the fact that I'm alive. So that's really what it means to me. So how does that perspective change for you over the years?
Wait, what? Can you repeat the question? Sorry, you're going in and out, Brianna.
Am I?
Yes.
Change for you? Maybe I should refresh it really quick. Let me just refresh it.
Okay, how does that perspective change for you? That's what she asked, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I definitely used to be more angry, when I first got injured, and now I feel like it's more of a celebration. We celebrated ours. Ours is the past Monday, 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we took ourselves. Well, she took me out to eat, and I took her out to eat. So basically, we just split the bill, But it feels good to say that,
Yeah.
we treated each other.
Yeah.
Right?
How is your perspective changed?
You always celebrated.
I know. I feel like I always celebrated. Because kind of like what you said, Brianna, I could have died. Here I am.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for one more day.
She has
For
always
sure.
celebrated it, which has made it nice for me, I feel like, because she celebrates it. When I used to be angry about it, and I used to be like, okay, I used to always get her strawberries. Remember?
Aw, I know you didn't this year. Fake.
Because we said we weren't going to get gifts. No waste on stupid money. Being smart.
And,
Fake. Strawberries? I don't know if that's a waste.
I know, right?
You
I'm
sound like
saying.
Ashley.
It's a fruit. It's a fruit.
You know, hydration, nutrition.
It may have a little bit of chocolate on it, but that's okay.
Oh my.
Like, look, I have Trey's strawberry toy right here next to me, actually.
Aww. Uh-huh.
Here you go, Ashley.
Thank you.
Happy Life Day.
do you guys usually do this, or is it just the strawberries? Can you not hear me still?
You went out for a second.
Do you guys get each other other gifts, or is it just?
No, that was just it, right?
Yeah, that was
Well,
just
and
it.
dinner this year. It was dinner.
Yeah,
But it's
strawberries.
no strawberries for her this year.
Yeah, no strawberries.
But that's how we celebrate, right?
Yeah, it's like we just go out to eat.
Yeah, we just like going out to eat and getting some yummy food if we can. That's a good excuse too.
Yeah. What about you, Maya? What is your life day to you, and how has your perspective changed over the years?
So my life day to me, obviously, is the day that I survived. But I have started thinking about it more as like the day that God saved my life and like or ordained my life for his purposes. And I think like throughout the years my perspective has changed. Like I've grown more in that. Like I always knew that God saved my life in the beginning, but I was still in the stage where I was like, okay, like it's another year that I'm injured. Like, let's turn up, like I want to party. But now it's just more so like I'm just feeling grateful and taking in the what has happened over the past 7 years of my life and like reflecting on where I was prior to my injury and now like being a mom, just spending time with my family and just being grateful and of course going out to eat. I'm going to Korean barbecue, so
Hey, we like.
I agree a lot. I definitely feel like my gratefulness to God like was always at the very beginning, but it's definitely grown over the years. I struggle with it a bit because I feel like a lot of like memories that I don't necessarily think of all the time come up for some reason. And so I feel like it's a weird split between overwhelming like sadness, which is the grief, right, for my old self, and also like an overwhelming gratefulness to also be here. And I feel like I know that both of the versions can exist together, and I would like choose this version over and over again. But I don't think that it necessarily stops me from being sad about the older version of myself as well, if that makes sense. I still like miss traits of myself, not necessarily all of myself, but definitely traits. I miss like the freedom that I had and just the carefreeness and yeah. So I grieve for that version of myself. I feel like. And I think that, yeah, so I think that I struggle with it a lot because even the gratefulness makes me emotional, so it doesn't help on top because I'm just like double emotional about it. And it does frustrate me a little bit that I care still so much about it. I think this year the pain is really like hard on me because I realized like I felt this pain 9 years ago, and I haven't been able to not feel it since, and that's like overwhelming for me. The fact that it's not going to go away, and this is my life, and that's the truth. That's facts. But again, like it is a hard pill to swallow as well, because it's like, well, yeah, I would love to not be in pain, and I do sometimes find thinking of a life that I would live without my pain. Um, I know that it's unrealistic, obviously, and I know I've found love and joy throughout that as well, and I definitely don't let my pain stop me, but I'd be lying if I say it doesn't affect me, you know.
I feel that, Brianna. I feel that. That was real. You put it into words. I'm not the best with my words. You put things into words.
Do you feel like you feel that way as well with your injury?
Yeah, I feel like I was just telling Ashley that like the other day. Like I feel like I deal with so much pain and it's hard to admit sometimes that like man, this is how I'm gonna have to live forever. Like it's not probably gonna stop. Even as much as you want to believe like maybe tomorrow it'll be okay. But it probably won't. It sounds like that's I don't know, it's like a it could be a little exhausting. I feel like definitely like around the holidays this year, maybe January, I was like feeling like, ugh, this is like a lot, could be a lot sometimes. But then you just try to find the joy in it, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and I think that's okay. I think sometimes we don't want to admit it because we feel like we're weaker, like we're not grateful, but you know, like learning more about God and how He's created us and the emotions that we feel, like He understands our tears as well, and our emotions still have like words for Him and power. And I think like it's okay to like have both, you know? And I think it would be unrealistic to set yourself up to think like I'm always happy, I'm positive, I'm always great mood, you know. I feel like it's definitely like a balance of it, um, which is hard to explain to people too. It's definitely hard, but again, I'm grateful like that I do have my faith and I lean on it because I really do not know how I would get without it, and that's the truth, you know. Even through the pain, I can turn to God, and I don't know like if I would be able to do that like without my faith. And that's only grown over the years, you know, and that's why I'm like also another thing that I'm extremely grateful for. I'm just like, dang, the fact that God has given me a chance to grow closer to Him is also another like just beautiful thing on top of it, and that all these feelings and emotions don't go unnoticed. I even think through the pain has made me grow closer to Him because I think that without the I wouldn't need to rely on his faith so much. You know, I wouldn't need to rely on him so much. I wouldn't need to hurt him as much because I would be living life, you know. Um, but with that constant reminder is a constant reminder that I do need him and that I do need to lean on him, you know, and that. Um, and so it gets a little bit. This is a constant thing that I have to deal with in life already, like not on my life day. So when it hits my life day, I think it's just I do. Part of me feels guilty for feeling that way, for feeling sadness, you know, for feeling like missing my old version of myself, that grief. And I just try to remind me like those are not ways that God would want me to feel, and that yeah, and so those are lies, you know, and so that it's okay for me to feel all the different ways. So you know, like if you're not there yet, it's okay, and maybe you don't have that faith, you know, and you're listening and you know it takes time. I'm not gonna say I started out there, you know, you have to keep on pushing and wanting more and believing and constantly talking yourself up to live life. Like it's no easy joke to keep on going. It's not easy by any means, you know, even with my like it's still difficult, you know? So you have to give yourself grace that you're struggling and want to continue to live because you're alive. You know, that's what this play is all about as well. It's like I'm alive. Like why am I gonna sit here and waste away my days? What can I do? You know, it's a new fire up as well. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's a weird balance. Damn, Jessica never. Where the heck did she come? Um, so I'm gonna say, what weird memories come up for you that you necessarily don't think of, or it's just a weird memory surrounding your day that you would say? Um, accident, rehab, anything like that. Any particular memory that like comes to you around these days. Anything like that. Any weird memory. Ashley.
Oh, put me on the spot.
You guys are actually
Okay, this one in particular, and lift a roll, do your thing, okay?
What?
I want to find this nurse that used to come in to my room. I don't know who he was. I never had him as a nurse, but he would always tell me to put my thumb up. And I want to show him I kind of can. I kind of can. When he knew me, I couldn't. I swear he had red hair. And if you know the hospital, you know. Do your thing.
Wait,
And
he
so
had what color hair?
I'm pretty sure his hair was red, but like I was still kind of out of it, so I don't totally remember.
Were you?
And if I was dreaming that, I don't know, but I don't think I was. I don't think I was. I feel like someone would know who he is.
Why is that a memory?
write a
don't know.
letter.
I really should.
That's hilarious. That's a good one. Brain, like looking at where
Going
you
back
came.
to this thing too.
Maya, what weird memories come up for you?
I'm like trying to think about this question because I don't know if there are any weird ones come up. But now that Ashley has talked about like nurses, that's what's coming to my mind. And I don't know if that's just a year. I don't think that's a yearly thing for me. But currently, right now, I'm thinking about this nurse. His name was John at the same hospital that Ashley and Nikki went to. But he has passed away since. Yeah, since my injury, but he used to always come and bring me cherries because like I was obsessed with cherries, and they would have like a little cup of cherries in the cafeteria, and he would come and he would just surprise me when they would have them and bring them to me, and that was so sweet. And then I guess just like a lot of the surrounding things about when I was in the hospital, like they come up around this time. I don't really think about the time being in the hospital, like those early on exercises and stuff like that. Um, and then also right now being close to my life day this year and just like having a newborn baby, like just watching him try to pick up his neck and like turn and exercise and develop strength is really like putting me back in the place of my early injury because I feel like I relate to him so much more than like adults remember relating to their children typically in that way with like physical therapy. And so that's been like really interesting for me to like watch and like be emotional about because I'm also only 5 weeks postpartum, so the hormones are still hormoning, okay. But yeah, it's been really special this year to think about.
Yeah, those are beautiful moments. What about you, Nikki?
Man, you guys are all talking about nurses, so because I don't really know if I think about this on every life day either. But
What memories?
I was thinking about the nurse I had in ICU, and her name was Juanita. Because my grandma, who passed away when we were like 12, her name was Juanita. So it was like, wow. And then she was the sweetest. Like, I think if you to have a nurse in the ICU, like, she was the sweetest. I swear she spoiled me. She would wrap me up like in. She would wrap me up in like a cocoon. You hear my phone going off? I'm not even talking to it. She would like wrap me up in a cocoon when I was in so much pain. Like I was in so much pain when I was in ICU, and she would just like set me up where I could like get a little bit of rest before they would come in again and again. Like she was just so sweet.
I hate when they come.
And I wonder how she's doing.
Wow, your guys' memories are really sweet. I feel like none of my sweet memories come ever.
Oh, we have some bad ones.
But that's just,
Like
like that.
But we don't recall the bad ones, you know.
No, I remember one bad
Well,
one.
we recall the bad ones,
Actually,
but we just
now
don't
that
live
Brianna
there.
says it, I remember a bad one.
What's your bad one, Ash?
The nurse that took too long to come, and I'm over here needing to be suctioned. And she took too long, and then she comes in. You're okay. You're okay. No, I'm not. Oh, I couldn't talk. I'm. Like that. Like no, I'm not okay. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
it's not funny. It's not funny, but
I was so mad that day. So mad.
I was having my
Mm-hmm.
bed. My nerves were so bad, and they would like bump into it, not meaning to, but they had to write like on my board that I was hypersensitive and like I was in extreme pain. And my blankets couldn't even touch my legs. I had to lay them over like with stacks of pillows and lay it over me because it would just burn so badly. Um, and I feel like a lot of memories of the actual day like really do come back to me. I really do like just start thinking about the accounts like that happened afterwards, and like I feel like I always remember different things, honestly. Um, and the ambulance ride was super traumatizing for me. So I feel like I remember that very well. Me being just like conscious in there, and then almost dying in there as well. They had to flip me upside down. Um, and I remember it so clearly, like all those things. And I just feel like that almost like anxiety of the unknown is like so much on my heart. And yeah, and I think a lot of moments me and my boyfriend Chris were talking about just like even people that we met after the fact inside of a hotel for months, like just how hard it was for me to get out of bed and like regulate my pain medications and stuff, and how far I've come from that. And I was really like operating as a quad in the beginning. I wasn't transferring, I wasn't by myself, I wasn't like just things that I could do. I was just so everything just made me so sad, and I really wasn't trying, and I didn't know, honestly. I had no idea that I could even. I was not like like on social media or anything like that with any of the community yet. Um, and so yeah, and my mom reminds me as well. She sent me a message this morning. It was just like, remember how far you've come, and like don't forget who you are. And yeah, it really is so crazy to think about that version of just how like lost that I was and how much I've learned and experienced over the years. Um, I've this community has brought me some amazing memories, and I'm so extremely grateful for my friends that I've met, for these women on this show. They have changed my life beyond belief, and I could not imagine my life without them in it. So I know God was doing his big thing up there, but at the time I was a little freaked out. I wanted to have a conversation. I wasn't having it. I do remember that version of myself of so angry at God because I was mad. I was like, I was grateful, but I was mad. I was like, thank you for saving me, but can we have a conversation? Like, I have some questions I need answered right now, and that's not the words. So I got my questions answered later, and that's okay. Nikki, how are we doing on the?
So we have Tom said, "Does your life day become easier or harder?" Right? Does your life day become easier or harder the more the time passes?
Sheesh. I think that was a hard one. I feel like it kind of is a mixture of both because I'm experiencing new things with my body. That's becoming harder. Like I think aging with disability is the hard part, and but like the life days also become sweeter because you become more in the new version of yourself the more the years go on. Um, and you have more to be grateful for each year. So much happens. What about you guys, Maya?
I think they get easier as the years go by, just because, like you said, there's so much more to be grateful for every year, and then too, just having my kids, like it makes it so much more special to think about like where I was before my injury and my addiction, and if I would even be alive, from an overdose or from whatever else could have killed me at that time, and then just realizing like, yeah, I'm disabled, and yeah, it's been 7 years, but I have this beautiful life and I'm raising two beautiful children. I have this marriage, and like I just continue to grow. So yeah, it gets easier for me. I do wonder if it will get harder at some point, like as my kids are growing up, just because there are things that I grieve about, like being an able-bodied parent, and like the image of parenting that I had in my head growing up and what I wanted isn't like the current like style of parenting that I have, just because I can't do all the physical things. So that's a question mark for me, but right now it's easy.
Yeah. Love it. What about you?
First, I'm gonna read some comments. Someone said mine used to be harder every year, except for the last couple years. Leon, I have so much better people around me now. Think we can all feel that. The nurses had to flip me upside down and suction my lungs. Scared him. Took eight nurses. They saved his life. Wow, 33 years ago. Happy life day to you if it is. But how do you feel?
For me, it does get easier, I would say. But then when I was thinking about it, I was like, but some years did feel like heavier than other years. You know, does that make sense? Like, so I also feel like it might ebb and flow. It might depend on what I'm like dealing with in the personal life.
Okay.
That's a
But
big
like,
part of it.
yeah, you know, but I'm like, this year was pretty fun. But last year was pretty heavy, you know? So I feel like it's different every year.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
definitely feel like it lingers on. Like right now, I'm cutting my medicine. I'm getting off of gabapentin slowly and on Lyrica, and so with that, they're cutting my dosage like week by week, and that's really hard because then now Lyrica has to get in my system. I'm in pain. I'm annoyed, you know, and that's probably why it's more like heavy on my mind, like the pain. So that does make sense what you're going through. What about you, Nikki? Would you
Y'all,
agree?
I just ate a spicy piece of chicken.
Oh,
You're like, don't mind
Mitchell.
me.
I'm over here like, I'm not crying.
A
It was
hot
just
one.
really spicy.
We should do a hot one challenge. That would be freaking hilarious.
Oh, that
I
would
would
be
be out
fun.
in like the
Ashley said
first.
she's out.
I'd be out in like the first hot spice level.
You could just like put it on your tongue, you know, not necessarily like eat it in your system, you know, and just get like a little burn. You're all
Ooh.
I'm here for it. Write that down.
there we go.
See you guys
Surprise.
in April
Ah!
for the hot ones.
Tom actually said, I often think of this quote, life doesn't get easier, but you learn to handle the hard better.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Mm,
I definitely
real.
think that. I feel like it's the same thing.
Maya said real.
Rarely go away. It just you be able to handle it a little bit more different, you know.
Mm.
Yes. I feel that.
You grow.
Yeah, and I think it's like a hard. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it's like most people when you're grieving, it's like, well, yeah, I'd love to have that person back with me right now, but then us, it's like we can't fully dedicate ourselves to that because we understand that we are who we are now, like with that version of ourselves not being allowed to exist, you know? And like so it's like a weird feeling of grief. I don't know. And it's hard to like really describe to people who haven't been through it. But it's almost I almost feel like weird grieving it, if that makes sense. Cause I'm like, well, you know, like whatever. And what do I feel about it? Why am I even sad? You know, if I know like that version of myself wasn't a best version, like why am I even sad about it? But I think that's just the lingering thing because it is grief. You are missing somebody who's gone and who's not coming back, you know? So I don't know. So what else is a common saying?
We have someone ask Maya, where did you get that chicken? I started laughing while you were talking, Brianna. It wasn't at you. It was just I saw the comment. And I don't know why it made me laugh.
It made me laugh too, and I'm like, I can't wait to get to it because I will love to tell you about my chicken. Um, it's honestly the best fast food chicken like ever. And it's from I don't know if you've ever heard of Jolly Bees.
Oh,
Yes.
Jollibee.
But I have seen
Ashley.
It's a Filipino food restaurant, a Filipino restaurant, and they have like fried chicken and some other stuff, but mainly the fried chicken is why I go. Best fried chicken. It's so crunchy, it's so juicy, like, and the spicy one, spicy.
it
So
pricey.
good. Actually, no. And compared to like a lot of like KFC and stuff like that, it's like the chicken is better and the cost is better.
Ooh,
There's one here in Chicago. Ashley
Yeah.
likes it.
I'm fire.
It's close
I
to
mean,
my
what'd you say?
close to you.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes from my house. So
Okay,
we'll have to
cool.
have some chicken next time you come over, so you could try.
The
Yes.
chicken.
Get the noodle
Yeah, it's
thing.
just fried chicken. The palabok. I don't know if I'm
Yes, I'm
saying
like,
that.
I don't
I'm
know how to
probably saying
pronounce
it
it,
so
so I
bad.
wasn't even gonna try.
Sorry to my Filipino friends out there. Somebody put me on game. Tell me how to pronounce it. But it's good. I just tried it recently, and they have spaghetti that like their sauce has uh ground beef and like chopped up hot dogs. It's really interesting.
Okay, and yeah, that is it.
It's good though. I mean, it's pretty good. Like, it's not like my favorite. Like, Ashley like wants it, but it's good.
I chicken is my preferred meat, but I have a hard time sometimes just eating like chicken, like a piece of chicken. You know. I like more my chicken things, but some days
Like they have mashed potatoes. They're fire.
that sounds.
Ooh. You guys are making
Ashley,
me hungry.
the sun is chasing ya.
It really is, and I'm already a glower in the winter, so I need the sun to go away.
No, you need it for the
I-
tan.
Oh,
um. So, did you guys see what Jessica said by any chance? I thought I saw a message pop up, but
Let's check.
okay.
Let's check.
Or no,
Sorry.
she
Oh,
she wants to, but if
she
she
might. I don't know if that's. Ooh. Should we start asking questions about you?
yeah, I don't know why I was just waiting for you to see if Jessica.
Moment of silence. Just
My mind was just spinning.
that was like a moment of silence. Maya's enjoying her chicken. Ashley's trying to get away from the sun.
I know. I'm struggling. Okay. So, does anybody want to go first? Does
She's
anybody
so cute. You're so cute, Maya.
comments?
No, just spicy. Someone said spicy. Leon said spicy chicken. Looks like he likes it. I think
Yeah,
that emoji
drool emoji. I think that
means you
means
like
sounds
it.
good.
Spicy chicken is good. Now you make me want. Have you ever had Cane's?
I have. I'm
Oh,
not like super. I'm not super about I don't understand the hype. Am
it's
Yeah,
I not
fire.
ordering the right thing?
I don't know.
I mean, there's not much to order besides chicken.
Yeah, there is. They have
Do
the
they have
chicken
sandwiches?
wings.
Yeah, right.
Chicken
I
They
just
have
sandwich.
tried
chicken
some
sandwiches.
tenders.
Yeah, the tenders with the. They have the coleslaw on the bread.
I like their.
Yeah, I mean the sauce is fire.
I like
Oh,
the.
Tom said, "Do you guys ever do anything to commemorate your life day? My family would go to the beach every year and just be together."
Aw, your family. No, my family don't give a.
Cute.
Oh, Brianna.
She said what she said.
But you know
She
what?
didn't
Me and
say
Ashley
it.
just celebrate together. But you know
Girl,
what? Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. But like, do people? Maybe they don't make a big deal out of it because they don't think it's a big deal. But like, man, like our life really changed, bro. Like it is a big deal, bro.
yeah,
Like maybe they just don't get it.
No, for sure, 1,000%. I think that's like a big struggle between and I've kind of just accepted that they really can't. That's why it's something like I mentioned, like you can only get it really if you go through it in that way, or if you're like actively trying to learn. But they're not. You know, they're living their lives. they see me every single day, so it becomes just like numb to them, you know. And then some of them, it was 9 years ago, like some of them were even younger, so they've grew up with me like this, and they just have adapted in that way, not really thinking about still the every single day struggles that I have to deal with, like the constant pain. Like they're really not taking any of that into account, and it really doesn't matter how many times I say it.
You're just never gonna get it.
Yeah, but it's okay. Everybody's family is different. How is your family,
Yeah.
Ashley?
Oh.
Yeah, we were laughing about my guys.
She said, oh.
Ashley,
That summed it
Ashley,
up.
your face was like,
That about summed it up.
no.
Yeah, it's usually just me and Nikki celebrating, honestly. But people have, like, I feel like there was that one year a whole bunch of people got us stuff, which I don't know why, but like thanks for I guess giving me diabetes.
Maybe they're all
that
having
day.
a moment.
But other than that, it's usually just me and Nick.
But I don't mind it also.
Yeah, I don't mind it because like Brianna said, y'all don't get it, okay? I'm celebrating me. Happy birthday to me.
She's
For sure.
I think it's just a day to celebrate life. Like we made another day, and I don't know. It's like not a big deal. Is it cute when people make a big deal? I think it is. Like I get all emo and stuff, but I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
like I'm more. I mean, I guess I'm closer with my friends. I'm lucky that I have like a great friend group, and they're the ones who make me really feel special, you know. And that just goes wanting something out of someone. I feel like, of course, like you think, oh, I want the perfect people that understand me and celebrate me, but that's not the reality of life. You know, we want all these things. At the end, I think it makes me more overly, extremely grateful for my friends.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, is that the other comments? Sorry, you guys, I cannot see the comments for some reason.
Yeah, that was it that I see.
Cool.
Right now.
But what do you
Okay.
do to commemorate it?
Two question. What? Did I miss something? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
No.
Maya, do you want to ask me a question? Ask me a question. Any question. She's like, no, I already know all the questions.
For real.
Like, yeah, I actually
Does
see
anyone have a
Brianna,
question for Brianna for the last 10
multiple times a
minutes?
month. Ooh, from the
Ooh, what was your
comments. That's good.
Someone's friends can be family too, at least the real ones. True.
Yeah.
I'm glad we made an extra day for us. I treat it as a second birthday. Oh yes, that's what Ashley said, like second birthday. Celebrating life, which is our
Yeah,
birthday.
for me, it's like my birthday is March 24th, and then my life day is April 12th, and then I got off of life support on April 20th, so it's like I have like a lot of celebration there, and I just kind of for me, I do something every year, whether it's like just going out to eat with my family or inviting friends. This year, I think I'm gonna host a little game night at my house.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll be fun.
that'd be cute. I'm gonna be with the babies.
I know, and at my house, so y'all can leave at a decent time, and my kids can go to bed.
Ah,
Start.
these head deuces.
Love that.
I'm glad we made an extra day for us. Oh yeah, never mind, I read that. No.
And that's pretty cool too. That's another perk, getting an extra day to celebrate, you know? And it's kind of like just for you. But
It is, and it really is the day like you got a second chance, because a lot of our stuff could have been like life or death, you know?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think if there's people, I think that's the survivor's skill as well, because there's a lot of like, in the beginning that it was, a lot of people who like get shot or get into car accidents and they do lose their life. It's a very real thing in front of our face constantly, you know? And so it's like very real. We can't deny that we actually could have died. Yeah, and just like all the things that came after that for a minute. Did anybody comment in the chat, or Ashley and Nikki, do you have a question?
Yeah, we've talked about this. I'm like trying to think of a question. No questions yet. Anyone have a question for Brianna? But I'm gonna think of one right now. Let's.
What? What do you think out of the past 9 years, which, oh man, there were 9 people watching when I said 9 years and now it's 11. I was gonna say something, but welcome the other 2 people. No. Out of these past 9 years, what do you think is like one of the biggest like lessons or takeaways that you've like had?
Sheesh. I feel like it is to always stop and refocus on the little things. Life can get overwhelming quick. It's always moving fast. And I would say that these 9 years told me that like not to take things for granted in the way of when the weather's nice, when my coffee tastes good, when I just have a good day, I'm able to watch a show, when I get a good night's rest. You have to acknowledge those little things, and focus on them and realize how the beauty in it, you know. And I feel like every year I find different things. Just this year I realized that I really like when the hummingbirds and the butterflies come to my windows, and I just think they're so beautiful and they just make my heart happy. And I get made fun of by my family for me finding the beauty in the little things because I really do get amazed. My eyes light up. I love lights. I love things that just look beautiful. I love nature so much, just the way that it looks, and I will gush over a good, even like sunset, and when the sky is pretty, I acknowledge it. And yeah, I think those things not to take for granted,
Okay.
I love that. The little things like my gratitude list is very helpful for me too.
Yeah, for sure. Because it can be easy to focus on the bad, like I can name the shit I don't like all day long, but it's like, where does that get me in my headspace? That's what I had to think about. Because before I would spiral about bad things I wish I would have changed, the what ifs, the how comes, the whys, and I was miserable. I was sad. I was depressed. And that's not how I want to live my life. I can say 1,000% when I focus on those little things that my life is better.
I feel that. I like that. There's some comments. We got
Girl.
Robert. My life day is like my birthday. The days just keep adding up in my life. First life, I'm 71 years old. My disability life is 51 years old.
Yeah.
Garciela said, I love how you girls are talking about nurses.
Okay.
Maybe we could do a show about nurses.
Okay.
Oh. I feel like I appreciate things way more than before.
Oh, okay, Leon.
I feel that. I think that's kind of what we all sums up what we were kind of all saying. You appreciate things way more than before.
Yeah.
It's the beauty. And that's why, like, I would never take that away, so that's what's so weird about those lines. Because
yeah, it's like two things can coexist, like the grief and the like
The joy.
the joy. Yeah, thank you.
I got you.
So she's my sis. Do any of you believe in Jesus? Wheelchair raver.
Oh.
Yes.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Praise Jesus, amen.
Okay, you will.
we could do multiple shows.
Of the goodness of God.
Ooh,
Oh.
get it.
Uh,
He's a way
yes.
maker.
I wonder if
Quick
there's a
little.
specific question before that, because I feel like we could. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to just ask a general question about our love for Jesus, because I really feel like we're gonna prolong this show a lot longer than the 8 minutes that we have.
Right? We say yes. Yes.
I can tell you what, Jesus has brought me a lot of peace. A lot of peace.
If you were watching earlier in the
I'll tell
show,
you that.
we were talking a lot about our faith and stuff like that, and it's something that we've all connected on and bond over as well, and I talk about with these ladies more than anybody in my life about my relationship with Jesus and God, and they've helped grow my faith as well so much. So that's another thing I'm extremely grateful for. It's like these tragic incidents that we're talking about, 3 separate days on 3 separate years, but it brought like such beauty to our lives and connection.
Praise God.
Yeah, praise God.
That's what wheelchair. That's what in the comments. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, preach, Nikki,
Yeah,
praise
I
God.
like that too.
Okay, cool. So is that all the questions we have?
Yeah, and now Nicole Lay. Ooh, matching names. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Jessica unfortunately wasn't able to come on. We missed her dearly. And maybe we'll be able to ask her some questions before. But if not, we also have previous videos on Life Days if you guys want to look them up. It was quite a while ago. I believe it was like last year that we were talking about it and kind of dived a little bit more deeper into more personal questions. But feel free to go and look at those older videos as well. Okay, so I'm gonna say there's something right there. I'm gonna
Tom
say
says in the chat, shout out to Jesus.
Hey.
Oh yes, okay.
I
Shout
love
out
that.
Jesus. Shout out Jesus. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Jesus be like, this one too silly.
It's a good show. That's why Jesus brought us all together for a reason.
Yes,
Period.
I definitely
Love
believe
that
that.
man.
Aw.
Let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Seems like a weird shout out switch up, but let's do it anyways. Mobility professionals and urology.
Respect.
They
Respect.
help us a lot in the community. They're really great resources in the community for any mobility aids or urology aids. So make sure to go and check them out. They're a really wonderful company and they take a lot of care to help the disabled community and really tend to our needs. They're amazing at customer service. I've dealt with them myself and really, really loved it a lot. And let's give a shout out to the shows, the upcoming shows. You can check the guys out on Tuesdays at 3:30. They're back with new topics every single week. There they are. And then on Wednesday, we got T Fizzle. He does a cooking show and a gaming show as well. He's been doing both. His cooking shows have been popping, so make sure to check him out. It's really amazing the techniques that he uses. He really goes in depth about explaining his steps and how he does it, and you could really learn a lot. I learned a lot from watching him. So make sure to go check him out and join us in the chat because we're always chit-chatting away, making jokes. So it's so much fun. On Thursdays, we have quite a couple different shows. On the second and fourth Thursday, we have Rolling Over the Hill with the older guys, and they just talk living life with a disability as a guy and in general, and just aging with a disability. On the first Thursday, we have the Rolling with the Golden Oldies. There are older women that talk about living life with a disability as well. Their experiences over the years, they have so much wisdom to give. Even if you're younger and you're newly in your injury, I think that they give great advice on just things that you're going to have to deal with, how they dealt with, and kind of putting a different perspective for you. And then every third Thursday, you have the Wheel Girl Talk with us. And we are back with new episodes and topics. If there's anything specific you want to hear about that we haven't touched on, feel free to hit any of us in the DMs, and we will make sure to answer you guys back. That is all. This was a great show. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate the support. Make sure you like and you comment. You follow us on social medias. And make sure you live to roll. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.